Hi, my name is AOK. I like to make videos about politics, sports, or creative drama, anything that pops onto my timeline. Today we're going to be talking about the Flagrant podcast, and also I'd like to tie in, I also try to tie in, some information about the Nelk boys interviewing Benjamin Netanyahu, and Flagrant 2 interviewing Donald Trump. And both of these podcasts have been confronted on their complicity in engaging with politics. And I think both of them are both playing dumb and also trying to play smart, if that makes sense. So we'll get right into it. There's a lot to talk about there. And if that's something that interests you, let's get right into it immediately. Co-host Andrew Schulz of the Flagrant podcast recently reaffirmed that he doesn't regret featuring Donald Trump on the show last October, stating that giving Trump a platform wasn't an endorsement, but a chance to engage in meaningful discussion. Yeah, so obviously the guy who engages with politics like a 12-year-old boy, the Republicans are cool, so I'm going to vote for the politicians who are cool, obviously isn't going to take any accountability, isn't going to act like he should be more informed. Obviously, Mr. Both Sides, I'm going to humanize Kamala, I'm going to humanize Donald Trump, isn't going to take accountability, obviously, and that's what we're going to be talking about today. Hi, sorry to interrupt this wonderful video that you were watching. I just wanted to remind you to like the video and subscribe. It goes a long way. For you, it might just take a few seconds, but for me, it makes all the difference. I only need a couple thousand subscribers to be able to do this full time, 3,000, 4,000 subscribers because of where I live. So to you, it might just take a second, but for me, it makes all the difference. So I'll just let you sit back and you can go back into enjoying the video that you were watching. Schulz confirmed that he voted for Trump in 2024 and stands by that decision, though he's now critical of the president's shift away from campaign promises. Yeah, I mean, a lot of people have been, I think the campaign promise that he's quote-unquote shifting away from is Epstein. A lot of people have been moving away from Epstein. A lot of people have been saying, Jeffrey Epstein is too much, like Trump's cover-up of Epstein is too much for them, which is very confusing to me, because did you not know of his long connection to Epstein? Is it a problem now that he's not releasing the files that he was obviously contained in? Like, if you cared so much about the Epstein case, then how did you not see all those hundreds of pictures of him and Trump together? How did you not know about their extensive relationship? How did you not know that he met his wife through Jeffrey Epstein? How did you not know these things if you care about that so much that it's now turning you away from him? Like, no new information has come out since the election. The only thing that has come out is the way he's behaving, right? Like, he's behaving like someone with something to hide. But all the information has been there before the election. Like, there's nothing new. And apart from Epstein, the no new wars, first of all, Trump has never been a no new wars guy. If you cared about that, you should know. And then there was one more thing. It was the Epstein cover-up, no new wars, and increasing the deficit. When have Republicans ever reduced the deficit? Like, that's the frustrating thing. It's like, you voted uninformedly, and now you're saying, oh, he's backtracking on those promises. So your excuse is, the most prolific liar in political history lied to me, and I believed him. That's why these people should be chased out of politics. The same thing with the Stymie case, and I said I wanted to talk about that as well. Like, these guys need to be chased out of political discourse. I don't know how that would be achieved. I don't think it worked. I think just the fact that these people have such big platforms, but then if we're so engaged in politics, then we need to make sure the most prominent political voices are people who are actually knowledgeable, whether that's right wing or left wing. Just find people who are actually knowledgeable. That's why I appreciate, someone like Dave Smith or the Breaking Points people, even though I disagree with Saga on a lot of issues, even though I disagree with Dave Smith on a lot of issues, at least they take the time to gather information and form a coherent worldview. Not like this fucking clown of, the Democrats used to get pussy, but now it's the Republicans that are getting pussy. It's almost like the Republicans are the cool ones now. And it's like, what a fucking idiot. I know most people vote for politicians that they think that are cool, but nobody is stupid enough to actually admit that, it's now I'm voting for this cool guy. No policies, nothing. This guy is cool. Although obviously he still claims that, he voted for Trump because of his policies, which I'm not saying he's lying. But why even bring up the fact that he's cool? That should be completely irrelevant. It shouldn't matter if the person is a zombie. Obviously, the zombie is less likely to win because human beings are biased towards that. But you should try to be better towards your own bias, especially if you're going to be involved in politics. And I think the conversation is simple. Politics is popping now, and these guys want to get views. And it was an opportunity for him to get views, and he got views, he got attention, and now he doesn't have the intelligence or the political knowledge to explain that away. That's why he looked like a deer in headlights next to Saga, because he kept pretending like the interview was softball because there were issues that he actually wanted to get to in the end. And what were the issues that he got to in the end? Don't be too cruel on migrants. Or no, it wasn't even migrants. It was just a softball abortion question. And Trump, gave him like the diplomatic answer of like, oh yeah, I'm not trying to cancel abortion. I'm just trying to, take it back to the States or whatever. Just completely out of his depth. It's so disgusting that we allow people like this to pretend that they're serious political commentators. On his podcast, Schulz blasted Trump administration for doing the exact opposite of key campaign commitments, including ending wars, reducing spendings, and releasing Epstein-related documents. If you are going to make political content, your vote cannot just be based on what the politician said. It has to be based on the history of the politician. Trump has never been an anti-war president. He bombed Iran. He bombed Iranian leaders in his first term. And he said he's not going to do any more wars. There was no pathway. There was no way in which he was going to be able to stop the Ukraine war. There was no way in which he ever said he was going to stop the Israel-Palestine war. So the only thing that would make you believe that Trump was going to stop the wars is because he said so. The most prolific liar in history said so it must be true. That's one. Then the other one, the Epstein files. If you cared about the Epstein files, then you would know about the history of Trump and Epstein. And the deficit, Trump increased the deficit, and the tax cuts are the major thing in which they pretend. Like it's so crazy, especially with Doge. Doge was such a big scam because Doge was all after the election, so I can't even say. But when has a Republican ever reduced the deficit? And that's what frustrates me about these people is that, oh well, Trump said it, so I believe him. Like I can only take a politician based on what they said and not their track record. Insane, absolutely insane. While vocal in his disappointment, Schulz stopped short of regret. He emphasized that his vote was a protest choice, not blind loyalty, saying, I voted for none of this. He portrayed himself as disillusioned but consistent, which he isn't. I mean, maybe he is consistent. He's consistent in not knowing anything about Trump's first administration, or maybe that. And then, maybe some of the immigration stuff, and I would need to hear him talk about that more before I understand his disagreement. I don't know if he's happy with all of the immigration. Joe Rogan was like, oh, he's not happy with the gardeners and workers being taken off the street. I don't know. He claims he's not happy about that. But I don't know how Schulz feels about that. But in terms of the other three, it's insane. It's actually crazy that you didn't check Trump's track record. You didn't see if there was a way he could actually do it. You just believed his lies, a politician's lies, and you had him on your show and you endorsed him. And there was one insane cope that Akash gave. I'm getting enraged thinking about it. It's like, oh, Trump wasn't going to win until he came on our show. implying that, you know, their show had nothing to do with it, then why did you fucking have him on? Just for the fucking views and the clout and these fucking insane people. Just like, and I'm not going to talk about the Steiny, what's the Steiny show? Full Send podcast. I think I'll save that for another time, but I can just touch on it. Basically, they interviewed Netanyahu, and they said, and when in an interview with Hassan, they said, oh, they're gonna have anybody on. Anybody that wants to be on can be on, and that's just how they left it. And you know, yeah, it's that simple. A lot of these people are out of their depth, and we have to just take away political conversations away from these people and put it in the hands of more knowledgeable people. I'm way happier with someone like, and you know, and I think the politicians also take advantage of this, because Netanyahu knows what he's doing going on the Full Send podcast, where he's not going to get any pushback. Trump knows what he's doing by not going on like a more seasoned journalist and going on the Andrew Schulz podcast. And that's kind of what Saga said, like, you know, Trump didn't want to come on my show because he knew he was going to get too much pushback, but he was going on your bitch ass little show because he knew that he could weaponize you and use you for political gain. And obviously that's what's going to happen. But I don't know if these guys actually care, to be honest. I think they just feel like they're just happy to be in the game, and politics gets views, politics gets attention, so they're going to do the bare minimum to get politically engaged, and then, you know, farm those viral clips, and that's it really. So yeah. Hi, thanks for watching this video, but before you go, I just wanted to remind you to like the video and subscribe. It goes a long way for the algorithm, and like I said, I only need a few thousand subscribers to be able to do this full time. So for you it takes a second, for me it makes all the difference. Thanks for watching this video, thanks for liking, thanks for subscribing.